I attempted to make an animation every day for 30 days for this year's Inktober. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this was very challenging, as it is very common to start this challenge very pumped up, only to fall behind after like 3 days. For me, it was even worse. I was 4 days behind, and the first four prompts wasn't that great for me, as I'll put on the screen. But that being said, I did start the challenge on a strong start with making an animation for day 5 onwards. And there were 3 things that have helped me this month's challenge. First thing being practical. For me, it was how smooth was the pre-production process, from researching, planning, creating, editing, and then finally posting. How seamless I can utilize loops throughout the animation, so it gives it that replayable factor. And what prompts worked well together to save time. There was moments where I fell short with uploading on a daily basis, so I had to make do with what prompts work well together. And yeah, being practical was very important for me, so it doesn't keep me bogged in one mode of apparatus, not having to worry about the outcome fully, just making sure that I get something out there every day. Second being length. So I aimed on making short videos between 4 to 6 seconds as looping sequences. Typically it took me between 1 to 2 hours to make, maybe more depending on how complex the animation is. And this allowed me to utilize the short format YouTube Shorts and TikTok. And I aided in making sure I added some relevant soundtrack behind it. The length was very important for me because I didn't really want it to make a very long-winded video. That would be overwhelming to make, but something that is achievable throughout this period of time. So it kept me motivated throughout the weeks to come with how much workload. And I started to develop a sense of how long it took. So, it gave me a nice schedule to work towards, whether it was the beginning of the day or the end of the day. And finally, experimentation. I made sure to experiment extensively both on Adobe Fresco and Flipper Clip. I've started to notice their strengths whilst using them throughout the month. I really enjoyed Flipper Clip's effects and glows options, where it does really enhance the character animation more. And Fresco, with the volume of brushes and textured overlays it can handle as well. Yeah, for me, Fresco helped a lot more on backgrounds, and Flipper Clip with characters. And also I enjoyed the fact that, as it was a daily challenge, I had to get something out there. And pretty much a lot of my inspiration came from things I've seen, shows I adore, characters that are quite cool to look at. One of my favorites I've made was Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. So if you know, you know. So it was very simple, but at the same time, on Flipper Clip, the line consistency and the overall effects, it just really brought out the best of him. So I really enjoyed that one. On a weird note, one of the top performing videos was when I did the prompt with the guy picking his booger. I think there was a lot of shock value there, so I didn't really like that, but it was just something to point out. I found it kind of funny because, like I've mentioned before, being detached from the outcome, allows you to come up with anything really. It was very straightforward, but I see the shock value in that, so I found it pretty hilarious, to be honest. Maybe something to note for future projects. Overall, it was an intense but pleasant challenge. I would love to invite something like this again, with more of like a consistent theme, so they can like unfold a story throughout the month. This seems to be something that I'd like to do actually, with my understanding of how to make regular content. I only believe is right to have a full-fledged story that people can enjoy along the way, and to have a lot more preparation as well for future. But thank you very much if you've seen the video up until this point. If you believe someone can benefit from this, please share it with them. And until next time, I'll see you when I can. Take care. Bye.